I would agree with the government House leader. This is serious times, and we are looking at it very, very seriously. Now, if you talk about, being reasonable, being responsible, being accountable, I'll remind you that the debt, when your government came into power in 2003, was $125 billion, and today, just 10 years later, that debt is close to $275 billion. Now, if that's accountability and that's responsibility, then I'm befounded as to what you really are trying to attempt to accomplish through your government when you talk about responsibility. I want to, first of all, I'm pleased to rise in this House today to speak to Bill 26, living within our means, something this government has not been doing for the last 10 years. And again, I respectfully want to thank my colleague from Cambridge for introducing this very timely bill. Speaker, this bill aims to eliminate the deficit by 2016. If the government misses its goal, what we're saying is that cabinet salary should be reduced by 25%. Well, let's talk about consistency, and that's one thing that this government has been right now, extremely consistent by missing its goals over the last 10 years. Revenue's down, spending is up, and it continues to climb. Households know what it means to balance books. So I ask, how can this Liberal government ask its citizens with a straight face to tighten their belts and live on less money while they completely ignore their own advice? Government should lead by example when it comes to fiscal responsibility, but this Liberal government is more about do as I say, not as I do. If a person loses income, they don't keep on spending. They sit down, they look at their budget, and they make hard choices. You do it with the future in mind. You don't put it all on a credit card and make minimum payments. If you do, your credit score is going to plummet, just like Ontario has faced 3 credit downgrades since 2009 under this Liberal government. Not only are we about to run out of money, we're also about to run out of time. That's why this bill is so important. We've got to tackle the deficit sooner rather than later. The government may say, well, what difference does a year make? Well, in a single year, we spend roughly $10 billion in interest on our debt. $10 billion is essentially thrown down the drain. Well, what could that much money mean to a riding like Chatham-Kent-Essex or any of the other 106 ridings in this province? We face massive shortages of doctors in my riding. We could use some of that money to attract more doctors. We have a serious lack of funding for hip and knee replacements. There are people in my riding that are in constant pain, waiting for these surgeries. That would be a much better use of funds than tossing money down the drain on ongoing debt payments. Mr. Speaker, these are just some of the reasons that I stand strong in support of my colleague from Cambridge and Bill 26. And that's why, again, I believe that we need to unite and support this bill. Thank you very much.
Thank you.